Buenas tardes. Welcome back. We are kicking into high gear now. We've got a full crew back and there's been a good amount of progress, so let me show you what's going on. So you can see all the supports for the front porch roof going out are all in place. We've had concrete poured for probably about 3/4 of the floors in the house, and they should probably be finishing up the rest today. We have roof forms that are starting to be built, so it's really all coming together here. So these are the first deliveries of the wood that we're renting for making the roof forms. That seems to be the general practice here. Once the concrete has been poured, they have to stay in place for about 3 weeks for the concrete to fully dry before they can be removed. And here you can see they've just started building the forms where that guy is standing on the roof. And here you can see the piles of rocks that we've been using to fill up the house so that they can pour the floor over that. And this metal screen material that you see him working on, that gets laid down before the concrete is poured, so that helps keep the floors from cracking in the future. And this area here, if you remember from last week, we had the backhoe in here kind of excavating this space out. This is where the parking's going to be for the cars, so we want to have that all level. There's going to end up being a little retaining wall along the left side. Here you can see where they're put down that screen material before they're going to pour the concrete down. So in here, in the guest bedroom, is the last space that they still have to fill up with the dirt and rocks and so on before we can do the floor. You can see piping that's been put in place, copper piping, those are for the gas lines. And then along here you can see pipes for the hot and cold water. We've got insulation over the hot water pipes. Looking in here on this freshly poured concrete, I don't know if you could make out the footprints going over it, that our dogs are really screwing everything up. Oh, and you can see that the bricks that were holding up the arches have been removed, so now we've got the free-form arches in the hallway. So this is looking into the master bedroom from out on the porch, and you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like as they start to put the roof forms together. So when we see you next week, we should have probably the majority of this roof forms put together. You can see in here that Fernando brought his mixer here. When we've got mass quantities of cement, he brings that. Normally they're just mixing it by hand with shovel, but that would be too time consuming on days like this. But I think that's all we got for you for today. So see you next week.